something else caught our eye, far from that kind of news, but good celebrity gossip, straight from the horse's mouth, you might say. Jake Gyllenhaal, ladies, the single bachelor. He's one of the hottest bachelors around. He's talking to Ellen and giving her some insight on what he does, if you're interested, because you could be Jake's next first date. He's got tips for you. Here you go.
Well, one thing I always do is I always bring my dates to my mother's house for the first date. So that's like...
See?
I think that's a good move.
It is a good move. Yeah, she thought so too. She thought it was a great idea.
My mother believes that, like, she thinks arranged marriages actually might be able to work. You know what I mean? Like, in a good way.
Really?
Yeah, she does. She thinks if she picked for me that I'd do a lot better.
And has she ever picked for you? Has she said, hey, I met somebody that maybe you should meet?
No, because I always bring them to her house on the first date.
Right. But what if she met someone someplace else and she said, I met someone and you should meet this person?
Absolutely, I would trust my mom.
You'd be open to that?
Absolutely.
There you have it. Get to know Jake's mom, and then that's the way to Jake's heart, not the kitchen or anything else.
Would you do that with your mom?
Take someone to meet my mother?
For the first date?
I was engaged and hadn't introduced my parents yet.
Really?
I'm very, no, I'm very.
Well, there's a little tidbit.
I was like, well, we'll meet later. No. I'm very, very protective of my parents. And my dad once, true story, I brought in a boy, when they finally let me date, I was probably 20, and he was leaning over on the sofa, and my dad walked in and said, young man, sit up. And then went and got my uncle, and they both came back and kind of did the old school confrontation of the guy.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what, no one else is ever coming here until it's a done deal.
My dad, military man, so
same
he
thing.
do the 20 questions. So, what do you want to do with your life? You know, where do you go to school?
Yeah, no,
What's
the
your
interrogation.
GPA?
Yeah, you don't want to take them
The
around.
Mr. Morales question.
About your kids. What about the kids in your family that are able to date?
I've met,
Leila.
like Courtney's. Leila has not dated yet, but I've met Courtney's boyfriend, and
Here's the thing: if you disapprove, do you ever tell them you disapprove?
Did you tell Courtney?
You do?
Oh yes.
He's not good enough
There
for
were
you.
a few that
Really?
and not just me, but then Leila and it's a whole.
Everybody gangs up.
Yeah, it takes a village to disapprove of a boyfriend.
Get rid of that guy.
Yes, it's fantastic.